coming back. We thought you got rid of you. Where'd you go? What's with your hat? Well, illustrative caricature, I thought I hadn't gone anywhere. But it turns out my phone had been lying to me, and I hadn't been posting vlogs at all. Yay! Oh, and this is my crazy hair day hat. I thought I'd give it a try. So basically, I've been thinking I've been posting videos to you all along. I even went out in the cold and filmed in my backyard. And none of them have posted. And I didn't know until yesterday. Sorry about that, guys, if you've been watching these videos and I promised a day-to-day update and you haven't gotten one and you feel really sad. I'm sad too. But we're going to try to move forward from there, so I wanted to give you a quick update on my week 1. It was pretty awesome. I had some up days and some down days, but I'm pretty well on track. I'm above, I think, 13,000 words now, which I'm not sure on the math, but I think that's a pretty good number to be at. And I definitely want to hear your NaNoWriMo victories, so leave them in the comments. Or failures. I like those too. I'll leave a note of encouragement. I hope it's going really awesome for you guys. This has probably been my favorite NaNoWriMo yet. And yesterday was no exception. I happened to post a Facebook status to my buds asking for writing challenges or writing dares. And I got a couple requests. Someone told me that if I didn't finish 10,000 words by noon today, I would have to do the cinnamon challenge. Unfortunately, I'm forbidden to do that, but I did have toast with lunch. So, cinnamon toast challenge accepted. This video is specifically for my second dare, coming from someone I will refer to as Captain Nemo Hulk Smash Cassidy. I was told to write a scene in my book where the main character and other characters are baking a cake, and the main character can't talk, and all the other characters are speaking like the characters from Kid History. If you are not Captain Nemo Hulk Smash Cassidy, and you want to know what Kid History is, I will leave a link in the description. It's one of my favorite video series of all time. It's basically where adults use their children's voices and the retelling of their stories to make a video with them in it. It's awesome, so go check it out. That said, I am now going to read from my phone the excerpt with this scene in it. Let's hope this stays alive. Before I start, I'd also like to mention that the main character, whose name is Kate, has just gotten very hurt and her face is completely swollen and it hurts so bad right now she can't talk. And basically she needs more pain medication, but it's too soon for her to take any. So you needed to tell me something? Amy asked her. The injured girl began to open her mouth, then Winston shook her head. At that moment, Leanna Cuthbert, Kate's mom, shouted up the stairs, "Girls, I'm making carrot cake. How about y'all come and help?" I love carrot cake. Let's go. Amy helped the temporarily mute and therefore not protesting Kate to her feet and assisted her in hopping down the stairs on her good foot. "This is gonna be fun! A-ho-dee-ho!" Kate was confused. Why had her best friend just used a baby voice? She wondered if that concussion was a little bit worse than her doctor's first thought. In the kitchen, she propped herself up on a bar stool, putting her weight on her elbows on the countertop, so she didn't hurt her ankle. The thought of speaking now mortified her. She honestly tried not to panic about how much fire seemed to be on her face. "How long until we finish the cake, Mrs. Cuthberts?" "I have 1 minute left in her brain." "Oh no, not Mom too." The injured girl nearly fell off of her stool. She checked her ears to make sure they were working, or at least still on her head. Come on, Catesies, help us make the cake, or I'll make you do a headlock. Gibberish Amy cocked her head, then nodded triumphantly. I'll put you in a headlock. Silly Kate, that's her name, Silly Kate, her mother intoned as she stirred a gloppy white mixture with a whisk. A pinch of salt and lots of love and lots of tofu, she proceeded to say in a sing-song voice. Kate, I'm gonna, steal your birthday stuff if you don't come here right now. Had she tripped down a rabbit hole recently? Kate didn't think so. But she wordlessly stood up because, let's face it, she was beyond arguing. Amy applauded this excitedly. A howdy-ho! She yelled again. Facial disgraceful. Kate, set the oven to 300 degree 50. She tried to protest this time, but just set off increasingly worse pangs in her face, followed by increasingly worse cringes, followed by increasingly worse pangs. She hobbled over and set the oven. Here's the perfectly normal frosting, kids, Mrs. Cuthbert sang once again. Mrs. Cuthbert, that is awesome! Dance time! Then Amy started in on a spazzy dance resembling the twist with more hip. I gotta dance something awesome. Kate, dance something flippin' awesome. Kate shook her head emphatically and pointed to her foot. Her mom stepped in. No, like this. Watch my bum. The usually rather subtle Southern lady proceeded to carry out a motion that no one of such class and charm would ever endorse. Her daughter nearly fainted at the sight. You're being a party pooper. Fact! The booty-shaking mom yelled as she ended her groove with a clumsy karate kick. I can smell those weirdos, Amy said ecstatically. Green grapes and purple grapes and chicken nuggets. Kate ripped at her hair. She wanted to scream. She wanted to know what the freak just happened. She tried to return to a comfortable seated position, but the inflammation in her ankle was even worse. It looked like a cantaloupe attached to her leg. What she wanted most was someone to beam Advil into her veins, although she wasn't entirely convinced she didn't need another MRI. Balanced against the counter, she witnessed her friends sprinkling chopped pecans on the cake with some sort of ninja move each time, screaming, Nut Swan! Nut Swan! Nut Swan! Mom was in the corner, literally spit-shining a pie server and singing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder. Amy shouted, Let's put some firecrackers up. The carrot cake is done. Amy yelled, They fly in the sky and they're purple and green and purple. Awesome. Kate slid to the floor in defeat and put her head between her knees. The last thing she heard was her mom shouting out, Here's your perfectly normal carrot cake, kids! The day had been way too much for her. Between getting hurt and the drama, she flat out passed out, like a bride marrying a groom with toes pointing up. Well, Miss Challenger, Captain Nemo, Hulk Smash Cassidy, I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't an episode of Doctor Who or anything, but I thought it was okay. I definitely had a fun time writing it, and thank you for the dare. I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. For real this time.